Oil prices are plunging, but are they going to take mortgage rates with them? I'm saying yes, but the markets, they have a different story. So in today's video, I'm going to hopefully explain to you guys, is oil actually going to break mortgage rates? Or mortgage rates actually going to break the home buyer? So folks, if you're watching this video, hopefully you're a homeowner, home buyer. Otherwise, why are you watching a mortgage video? But my goal each day is to explain to you guys what in the world's going on with mortgage rates and the whys behind it. My name is Dan Frio. I'm a licensed mortgage loan officer in all 50 states as well as Puerto Rico. If you need help with a mortgage after this video, I'd love to help you out. So today we have mortgage rates. They're starting the week at 6.6%. Okay, so let's go over to see what's really going to affect those this week and the whys behind it. The big news is I want to show you guys how oil has a huge correlation in inflation and mortgage rates. But last week, the Federal Reserve chairman of Chicago came out. His name is Goldsby. He came in and says, we got to watch is the servicing inflation. And I was like, I wasn't thinking about that piece of the puzzle. So let's break down these two pieces of the puzzle so you can understand what's going on with mortgage rates. And I'll do that in 1 second, because each day when I like to come in and I like to start my day, I like to start it with the chart. So here's the chart I look at each day. If you're a mortgage advisor, this is what you should be watching. If you don't have access to this, I'll give you access to it at the end of this video. I'll show you my website where you can get access to these bond markets and all these rates. But let's look at this. This is what I focus in on as a mortgage advisor. I look at that number right up through there. If it's green, good news. It means mortgage rates, well, I'll say it this way. They're not getting any worse, because that number needs to be at least 10 or more to really make mortgage rates move. So they started the day up about 13. They're on their way down. So we'll get back to this after I show you my forecast at the end of this video. But let's go over and dissect the data that we really want to focus in on to see where rates are going to go from here. And so I want to show you the correlation between oil and mortgage rates. And it's kind of a choppy chart here. But then we're going to break down the servicing inflation, and that's where it's going to look like it's sticky. So Federal Reserve's coming out in about 30 days telling you what they're going to do with rates. I don't think they're going to do anything, but the markets are now telling us, well, maybe the Federal Reserve's going to raise rates a couple times in the next year. Is that a concern of yours? Let me go over to show you what I'm thinking is going to happen. So here's what we got. Oil today, $68 a barrel. It's below $70 a barrel, giving that a thumbs up. Mortgage rates, 6.6. I don't like that. I've been saying mortgage rates should be about 6.25 to 6.5 during the Iranian conflict. They were on their way to 7, started scaring me, but now they're on their way back down. So we'll look at the correlation there. We had over the weekend OPEC coming in and said they're going to increase production by 188,000 barrels a day on top of the Strait of Hormuz being open. We're going to have a glut here soon. But here's that pesky servicing inflation. It's at 71. Anything over 50 means it's expanding. So the 71 is pretty big. Okay, so let's go down through here. Here's the correlation. I know it doesn't look pretty, but here's the correlation between the 30-year mortgage and oil prices. Okay, so if you look at the 30-year mortgage, it's all over the map. Well, let's take a rewind to where we were last year, 2024, 2025. The election took place, oil prices started going down, but then President Trump came in and threatened tariffs. Remember that tariff, that old news back when? That caused inflation fears, major inflation fears. What happened? Mortgage rates jumped all the way almost to, 7%. Okay, so then what happened is, tariffs became illegal or whatever they did. And then all of a sudden the inflation fears started coming out and mortgage rates started to go down. All this time, oil prices are starting their descent below $70 a barrel, where we haven't been in a long time. Okay, so then what happened? Well, tariffs are out of the equation. Mortgage rates are getting better. Inflation's coming down. The Iranian conflict hits. And we thought it would last 2, 3, 4 weeks. It didn't. It lasted longer than that. So what happened to oil prices? They doubled. They went from $60 to almost $120 a barrel. Well, this is inflationary. So what do you think? Well, inflation goes up. Well, so do interest rates. So do mortgages. So mortgages shot from 5.99, skyrocketing on their way back to, could they get to 7? Well, the Strait of Hormuz opened up. There was an agreement, and Iran, so far, so good. They're abiding by the rules. So oil prices are plunging. Well, if you see oil prices plunging at this point, inflation's coming out, most likely mortgage rates will drop as well, right? Well, that's the equation. But now we got servicing inflation. What is servicing inflation? Well, if you go down through here, simply it is goods inflation can cool quickly when supply chains improve or energy prices fall. That's what we've been watching. But the servicing inflation is harder. It's tied to wages, rent, insurance, healthcare, transportation. Those aren't going to go down anytime soon. What we're hoping is just the rise, the acceleration of the rise starts to slow down. Here's where the servicing inflation is. You're going through here, it's the red number right through there. You got ISM servicing PMI is down this blue line. It's pretty steady, but you have the servicing paid, the servicing inflation in the red, and it's on this ascent, and it doesn't look like it's cooling anytime soon. So this week, we're going to get the minutes from the Federal Reserve meeting. That might give us some insight into the servicing inflation numbers, and that's what we're going to pay attention to coming down the pike. So now, that being said, let's get over and see where the markets are telling us for today. So the first thing I like to do is, because you know I like to follow oil, is let's look at oil. So oil prices are down 0.13% today. Well, it's because OPEC came out and said they're going to increase production, and we just talked about that. So if you have more of something, and the same amount of demand, you have the prices coming down. So that's what we're seeing through there. The biggest economic news we have for today, if you go through here, we're going to get the servicing PMI that we talked about previously. So if you see the markets spin here soon, this is probably the reason being is right through there. So that's the main news that we have for today. So now let's get over to what the Federal Reserve looks at to figure out what they're most likely going to do at the next meeting. And I'll give you my expectations on that and the whys behind it as well. So the Federal Reserve, they're meeting in about 30 days, and they do one thing. They control that rate right over through there, and that's the federal funds rate. Basically, if one bank needs money, they can go to another bank, get a lend to them, and that's the rate they pay. But the Federal Reserve and the markets look at these things. Okay, they look at inflation. This is what they want at 2%. It's at 4.1. It might even be higher than that. So that alone, Federal Reserve's not going to cut. But then you look at the unemployment rate. The unemployment rate historically has been 4.2. Well, last week we got the new unemployment rate. What is it? 4.2. Well, you got GDP, how much our economy's growing. Well, anything above zero is production. Well, if you got a 2 handle on that, that's pretty good. So if you have the country rapidly expanding, you have the unemployment rate at basically historic lows, and you have the PC at double, the Federal Reserve's not going to cut. So let's get over to what I'm advising my clients to do right now. So if over the weekend, the holiday weekend, you went out there and you found a house you love, well, hopefully we got you pre-approved. You can bring the contract into us and we'll lock you in. So if you got a contract in over the weekend, I hope your loan advisor locks you in. The reason being is if there's a drone strike, Strait of Hormuz closes, oil prices rally back to $120 a barrel, rates are going to follow suit. And I bet you wouldn't like a house payment that's $200, $300 more than what you got pre-approved at. But if you're looking to buy down the road, I think you're going to be okay. My thing is watch oil, because as oil comes down, it's going to bring everything down with it. And the servicing inflation numbers are also going to come down as well. So I think you're going to be okay. I'm advising you to watch 2 things. Watch oil and watch my channel. Subscribe down over through there. So if you're a homeowner right now, though, you might be thinking, okay, Dan, what do I do? Because I keep watching rates and I keep watching. I miss them when they drop. I don't really know what to do. I put my application in over there. People got back with me, ruined my credit. Well, let me give you some advice. My name's Dan Frio. I'm a licensed loan officer in all 50 states as well as Puerto Rico. My slogan's this. It's one application, one credit pool. I'm going to compare your loan to 30, almost 40 different lenders. Why? You realize lenders have different programs. All the lenders have different rates. They might have a special program going on this week. One bank might have a down payment assistance program you didn't know about. So by working with me, you're basically opening the door to almost 40 different lenders, not over their products, but their rates. So if you're out there, you need some help with a mortgage, reach out to us. We'd love to help. If you're currently a homeowner right now, plug in your information right into Rate Watch 2.2. What we're going to do is we're going to monitor 2 things, your rate and your mortgage payment. If it drops to a certain percentage or payment you want, we'll reach out to you. We'll call you, text you, email. We don't sell the data. If you're out there and you already got those loan estimates, you called bankrate.com, Lending Tree sold you your loan to 100 people, everybody pulled your credit, ruined it. Now you don't know what to do anyways. Well, plug in your best loan estimate right in through there. What we're going to do is I'll do a video. I'll get back with you and we'll just break down the numbers. I'm going to ask you one thing. If I can beat them on the fee and the rates, I'm hoping to win you as a client. But you might be a homeowner out there. You're thinking, Dan, I have a lot of debt. Should I pay it off with my mortgage, my home? I don't really want to add more debt to me. Well, you're not adding any debt. Maybe it does make financial sense to you. So use our debt relief calculator right through here. What that's going to do is have AI analyze all your finances and tell you, okay, if you want to get out of debt, the most efficient way, here's the way to do it. Or you might be out there saying, Dan, I watched some videos you guys did, how to pay off your house in under 10 years. Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. It might be a program over here that we can offer you. So these are the programs that we can help you with, and they're all available right through here. If you're trying to track rates, you can do that right through here. TheRateUpdate.com, hit the mortgage rates, and these are going to give you all the rates out there. So everything that's posted right now, these are the most updated mortgage rates out there. You go down through here, this is going to give you the bond markets that we look at to follow all these things. The most important topics of the day is going to be right here on your right. Go down through here, it's going to give you the trend of the day. Right now, we're trending for lower rates. It's going to give you my most recent podcast. Then it's going to give you a snapshot of all the markets that we look at. And then down through here, it'll give you the predictions market of what the Federal Reserve is going to do at the next meeting. Speaking of the Federal Reserve, let's get back to what they're telling us they're going to do at the next meeting. So in 23 days, the Federal Reserve is going to meet. The market's telling us they're going to raise rates 1, 2, maybe 3 times in the next couple of years. Well, let's see what it's updated as of for today. So right now, there is a 75% chance Federal Reserve's not going to do anything at the next meeting. Then the meeting after that, there's almost a 50% chance they're actually going to bump up rates. What I'm saying there's a 100% chance they're not doing anything at the next few meetings. So that's our report for today. So to end the report, let's go back. Whoo, we like it. So I like to end the day with the chart. So if you stayed with me, we got a plus 15 on the MBS market. That means mortgage rates are going to start getting a little bit better because once they hit above 10, mortgage rates start to actually get better. So looking at a good day today, if you go to the stock market, we're seeing the equity markets most likely in the green. We got the Dow Jones down 95. That's at a record high, so that might be some profit taking. But we got the NASDAQ up 300, and the big news of the day is oil prices are dropping, and OPEC is increasing their production to hopefully pull down oil prices even lower, pushing rates even down lower than they are today. So if you're a home buyer now or a home owner, maybe you understand a little bit more about what happens with mortgage rates and the whys behind it. Thanks for watching. God bless. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you back here at tomorrow's opening bell to let you know what happens with these and the whys behind it. Thanks for watching. God bless. See you then. Bye-bye.